Facebook knows all your browsing habits. A U.S. judge has dismissed a lawsuit against Facebook that accuses it of tracking users' browsing activities, even after they've logged out of their account, with the judge saying plaintiffs could have kept their online activity private, but chose not to. Websites create small text files known as cookies that are stored in the user's computers. These allow websites to recognize the users and their preferences. Cookies are usually deleted after users leave certain websites. Facebook has promised that cookies are deleted when users log out. However, the site continues to store user data such as account IDs. Facebook also tracks users through third-party websites that feature the Facebook like buttons. When users visit web pages with embedded like buttons, the browser automatically sends information to both Facebook and the server of the web page. Facebook started using web browsing data for interest-based advertising in 2014, which displays ads for products that users have already been looking at in their Facebook feed. Users can choose to opt out of this type of advertising by modifying their account settings. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Facebook affects our lives in more ways than you can imagine. Facebook wants to get inside your head. If Facebook is the future, then you can bet it's going to be filled with some pretty nifty brain control technology. Plans for the new tech were unveiled during the group's annual F8 conference in San Jose, California. Facebook's research group Building 8 is developing a silent speech interface, so users will be able to type with their brains via non-invasive sensors. The technology will tap into the brain's speech center, decoding brain waves and feeding them directly to a computer. The goal is to create a system capable of typing 100 words per minute. Facebook is also working on a project to allow people to hear through their skin. An electronic device will administer frequencies in different patterns on the forearm. Users feel it and decipher the word based on the pattern. Both projects have a 2-year deadline. However, the Skin Hearing Initiative has yet to establish an end goal and is not as advanced as the brain-computer interface. For tech that's not so out of reach, there's Facebook Spaces, a new VR app that's just been released on beta for the Oculus Rift. The platform allows for hangouts in virtual reality space. Users can pull in outside content from across the internet, making for a fascinating yet also slightly bizarre experience. Facebook just went all Big Brother. The world's largest social network this week decided to wade into the news business by announcing plans to label and censor fake stories. They're testing a new feature that allows users to report and flag stories they think are fake. Once flagged, the story will be removed from the user's newsfeed. Also, potentially fake stories will be labeled as being disputed by third-party fact-checkers in your newsfeed. The thing is, nobody really cared about this until Trump got elected, and these quote-unquote third-party fact-checkers include left-leaning news organizations like Snopes and ABC. Also, if you read an article but don't share it, Facebook's going to incorporate that information into the story's ranking, characterizing it as being possibly misleading just because it wasn't shared. That's just dumb. Because interesting, entertaining, and true or not everyone shares everything they read online. So it's easy to see why this new move by the Zuck can be a form of censorship, or hell, even gamified by PR firms, trolls, and other evildoers. But one mistake, one bad call, and this whole thing gets discredited and goes to shit. Plus, people have believed what they've wanted to believe since time immemorial, and Zuck and his Ministry of Truth are never going to change that.
How your Facebook profile might ruin your credit score. Credit rating companies like FICO are mining your personal data for clues about how to rate your worthiness, including posts to social media profiles like Facebook. This is just the latest in a variety of schemes that big data is using to watch your digital activity and judge you and your financial habits. FICO's chief executive told the Financial Times that the number of times someone writes "wasted" on their profile indicates how reliable they are at paying back their debt. Also included in the scoring are payment histories of everything from credit cards to movie rentals. And apparently moving house a lot is a bad sign because it might mean the person wasn't able to pay their rent. Jim Weeman, executive vice president for scores at FICO, told the Financial Times, "We can now score the previously unscorable." So the moral of the story is pay your bills and don't post statuses to Facebook about how wasted you were on payday when they turned off your utilities.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
UK student becomes unwitting face of porn ads online. Imagine this scenario. Someone rings up your mom to say he'd seen pics of you while surfing online. But wait, it gets worse! The website featuring your visage happens to be a no-strings-attached casual sex site. You are now the new face of hornyareasingles.com. This was the sad fate of Grace Marr, a 20-year-old Birmingham student. Grace wasn't leading some kind of double life as a porn site model, but by her own admission, she really hadn't taken that whole Facebook privacy settings thing very seriously. Now, however, Grace is on a mission to tell other young people to take online privacy settings seriously and to change their passwords frequently. Grace's story is a good reminder that the internet is not exactly a kind place, and you gotta keep your photos safe, otherwise some friend just might see you while doing some research.